Mr. Simkins, you worked to organize most of the NAACP chapters in South Carolina, and it's recognized that you've had a personal acquaintance with most of the so-called leaders in the state. Do we have any more black leaders?
I don't consider that we have any that's outstanding. I mean, that I would consider purely a leader that in the light of ones that we had during that period.
Okay, well, from your perspective, what have been some of the highlights in the progress of black people in Columbia and South Carolina?
The most outstanding highlights that I would list would be the effects of the federal case, the cases that were carried to federal court during the late 40s and perhaps the very early 50s, in that they brought about changes in political action and election processes that gave us the changes, some of the changes we have in the state today. I say that because before the breaking down of the white primary, we did not vote in the elections that counted in the state. Therefore, no politician owed us even the respect of treating us with respect as they talked on the campaign trail. But after that, they wanted the black votes, and therefore, whether inwardly they respected us or not, at least they were afraid to make certain disparaging remarks about Negroes that they had done before. And more than that, following the success in those cases, which were to break the white primary and equalize teachers' salary and against and for busing of school children, in the early 60s there came, or in the 60s there came the fight for the use of public facilities, so that we were able to take the funds that were available to us and get certain services that we could not get before. For instance, as I mentioned a moment or so ago, I worked on the road 11 years, and no matter if I'd had $500 in my pocket, which I didn't have because a lot of that was during the hard depression, I couldn't buy a hot biscuit if I wanted one on the road. Because, and I say that because in some towns maybe there were cafes run by our people, but ordinarily I would go into a town, especially small towns, where there was no hot food available. The fight to open the public facilities was one of the most outstanding. Of course, now we have a fight, an economic fight, to get the money so that we can get some of the advantages that are offered by public facilities. That's the next fight, economic advantages.